Hi guys, this is Emily Cupelli, and for today's video I'll be using this adorable stamp set called unicorns. I started stamping my image in the smoothest side of my Strathmore watercolor paper using my archival ink in jet black. Then I'll color it with my distress inks in Victorian Velvet, Shaded Lilac, Stormy Sky, and Evergreen Bow. Later, you will see that I'll also use my Pumice Stone Distress Marker as well as my Tarnished Brass Distress Stain. This is a pretty simple coloring, so I'll put on some music and let you enjoy it. Now I'll do some dry embossing using my dies, for which I started with my tab 1 in my Big Shot Machine's platform. Next I place one of my cutting plates, then I put on top of it my rubber mat from Cuttlebug. Now I'll place a piece of textured white cardstock from American Crafts, then my cloud border die, and finally the other cutting plate. Then I'll pass it through my die cutting machine, and with the same sandwich I just made, I will start moving my cloud border wherever I want to dry emboss it. Notice that if I pass my already dry embossed panel through the die cutting machine, it flattens out a little bit. Anyhow, even though the dry emboss gets a little more subtle, it is still noticeable. Also notice that my die actually cuts through the cardstock here and there, but it still remains in one single piece. Now to cut my wavy rainbow out of my Pastels glitter cardstock from DCWV, I started die cutting it with my heels border using the standard die cutting sandwich for my die cutting machine. Then I moved my die a little lower, aligning the edge of the die with the stitch line I got in my cardstock the first time I die cut it. Once I have them perfectly aligned, I will secure the die in place with some masking tape and I will run it through my die cutting machine. This will give me the perfect thin strip every single time, allowing me to have that stitch line right in the center of that strip. I will use these same steps with every single color of cardstock I want to use. Then I put my glittered strips together with masking tape, and having them all together, I'll die cut all of them at the same time with my scalloped rectangle. I die cut a frame out of my glittered cardstock using that same scalloped rectangle and my stitch journaling card. As you can see, I ripped the frame, but I am not too worried because I'll be covering this later. Then I stick a piece of acetate to my frame, as well as my rainbow and unicorn. I also added some Scotch foam tape all around my dry embossed panel, and added some little things from Lucian Cards confetti in fairy dust to the center of it. Then removed the backing paper from my foam tape and placed my front panel on top of it. To finish covering my ripped frame, I sticked on top of it some clouds I had already cut with my scan and cut machine. As you can notice, I also stick a thanks which I die cut out of my gold glittered cardstock. I didn't want to add even more glitter to my unicorn because I thought it would blend with all the glitter in the rest of the card, but still I wanted to add a little something to it since it was the main image in my card. So I pulled out my glaze pen from Sakura in clear and added a bit of it to my unicorn. I think it was just the perfect touch it needed. And here is my shaker card all finished. I absolutely love how it turned out. I love all the glitter in my card. It is so glittery and shiny, and that confetti shakes a lot, plus it has just the perfect color for my card. I also love how the unicorn turned out with the pastel colors and how happy it looks walking on top of the rainbow. I hope you liked it too. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. Here are 2 more cards for you to watch where I used some pretty pastel colors as well, and a plan with me video in my other channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!